Shelly in here, who's in control of this? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Village of Ruidoso special meeting. It's August 24th, 2026. It's 11 a.m., a beautiful day today. So if you will stand with me, we'll have a moment of silence, and then we'll do the pledge. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the Zia symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. All right. Okay, we'll have a roll call, please, ma'am.
Mayor Crawford.
Here.
Councilor Salas.
Here.
Councilor Letterman.
Here.
Councilor Brophy.
Here.
Councilor Hooker.
Here.
Councilor Corey.
Here.
And Councilor Sanchez.
Here.
You have a quorum.
We're going to go ahead and get into this and get it going pretty quick. So I know you got things to do, but before I want to recognize a new employee, another new one. She'll get an official announcement, but Christina Newberry.
Yay.
All right, Christina. She works with Eddie, so good luck. You never know what's around the corner with that boy. Item number 1, discussion and possible action on adoption of Resolution 2026-164, a resolution authorizing the disposal of surplus property. Hi
Mayor
there.
and council, how are y'all?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
So this is more items that we had for disposal. We had already done a resolution a couple of months ago, but we are creeping up on an auction and had some more items brought to us. So you had that spreadsheet, I believe, that showed all the items.
That was the only items there? Is there going to be more added?
We hadn't, this should be all that is added.
Okay.
Yes.
It's added, there's
Yeah.
more.
We had another list of probably 80 to 90 items on the previous resolution
Okay.
from a couple of months ago that y'all had already approved for us to
Right.
discard of, but we were having to wait on OSA to get back with us on approvals, and we're still waiting on OSA to get back with us on approvals.
Okay.
But we had to go ahead and get this next list through so that we could send it to them.
Mayor, I move approval of Resolution 2026-164, a resolution authorizing disposal of surplus property.
Second. Question.
Yes, we have a question, go ahead.
If I remember right, this just goes back into the general fund?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's not back to specific, if it was police department selling
Well,
cars?
no,
they
it
get the
does
money
go back into their cash balances, yes.
So
Okay,
each
so then it
department?
does.
Yes, to the departments.
Working for you, chief. I remember, okay, cool, thank you.
Yep, okay. Anybody else? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Councilor Corey.
Aye.
Councilor Sanchez.
Aye.
Councilor Hooker.
Aye.
Councilor Salas.
Aye.
Councilor Letterman.
Aye.
And Councilor Brophy.
Aye.
I'll have the one for Tim.
All right,
I need to stay up here. Do I need to stay up here? Okay.
you can. Maybe they can afford some more bicycles. Did y'all see the police sporting their new bicycles? Yeah. And they've requested the packets, the unitards. That's not true, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, next item is item number 2, discussion and possible action on agreement between Keithley Auctions Incorporated and the Village of Ruidoso for auction services for the Village of Ruidoso surplus auction. Hamina. There we go.
Yes, sir. So we would like to contract with Keithley Auctions to do our auction of all the surplus items that we have.
Okay, any other questions? I believe, when was the last auction that we had?
I believe 4 years ago.
4 years ago, and it was a big hit, so you did a great job. You can wave back there, Mr. Keithley. Hello. Hello. All right, does anybody have any questions? Roll call, please, ma'am.
No.
Oh, we need a motion, sorry.
I'll make a motion, Mayor.
Okay,
I make a motion to approve the agreement between Keithley Auctions, Inc. and the Village of Ruidoso for auction services for the Village of Ruidoso surplus auction.
Second.
hey, any discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Sanchez.
Aye.
Counselor Corey.
Aye.
Counselor Hooker.
Aye.
Counselor Salas.
Aye.
Counselor Letterman.
Aye.
And Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
All right, item number 3, discussion and possible, thank you, too, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Discussion and possible action on agreement between, thank you, Tim. Discussion and possible action on agreement between Systems MD LLC and the Village of Ruidoso for managed services computer system support utilizing CES contract number 2024-14-C 1118-all in the amount of $181,649.52, including New Mexico GRT.
Mayor and council, we have Kelly and Leor online here.
Hello, hello, Kelly.
Good morning.
Good morning, Leor.
Think he's asleep.
Does anybody have any questions for Kelly?
Mayor, I've got a couple of questions. We, in the last year, moved up into the cloud. Who actually manages that?
I'm gonna let Leor answer that question. Leor, he's our
Yeah, so, there's a couple of things that are now in the cloud, there's several things. So the first one is your email. That is managed by us. It is still, connected to the servers here, however, the email itself is in the cloud, managed by us. Same thing with files, as well as your Tyler system is now technically in the cloud as well. And the police department's CAD system is cloud-based also as well. So several systems moved on to the cloud. The CAD system and Tyler are two systems not managed by us. Email and files are.
Okay. And a second question, we've been reading about various municipalities' water systems getting hacked.
Yeah.
What safeguards do we have in place for that?
That's a great question. We actually recently implemented additional safeguards because we've seen a huge uptick in cyber attacks on counties, municipalities that we support. So there's a couple of things. The first thing we have is a very robust firewall system that protects the entire village network. We now deployed something called the MDR, which means managed detection and response. Every single device in the village, every server, every workstation that's part of the village network is managed 24/7 by a network operations center. If there's even a hit of a potential ransomware or attack that takes place, those systems are immediately taken offline for quarantine. In addition, there's a pretty robust anti-spyware and antivirus system, as well as anti-phishing and spam. Now, no one can ever be 100% protected. That just doesn't exist. But we do strive to make you guys as close as possible to that. A lot of that is also dependent on users as well. But yeah, those are some of the systems that we put in place.
And last question, I'm curious, when a municipality is hacked, do you become aware of the circumstances so your company can learn from it?
That's right, yeah. So we thankfully, every incident ransomware that we've been involved with, we managed to fully contain and recover. But yeah, there's always a forensic audit that happens after, and a triage as well. One little thing I wanted to add also, your backup systems are air-gapped from the internet, meaning they're protected from outside access. And we try to also make you as kind of disaster-proof as possible with your backup. So we have backup devices at the police department, fire department, the Horton Complex Dispatch, Village Hall, and the Horton Complex, I guess you can call it data center, the opposite side of dispatch. Each one of those backups different servers, and then they back up to each other. So in the event there's, you know, a fire or something catastrophic happens that, let's say, kicks out the police department or fire department, village hall, there's copies of those backups at each one of those other locations as well.
Thank you.
In Mayor and Council, just after the disaster of '24, that's when we had some grant dollars that the state appropriated, that they allowed us to go do the cloud, and that's what we did, because now we can, if we have any power outages, we can still log on, and wherever you have any type of internet access, if it's Starlink or whatever, we can still get into our networks, and that was the whole purpose for that, so.
Any additional questions? Entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion to approve the agreement between Systems MD LLC and the Village of Ruidoso for managed services computer system support utilizing CS contract number 2024-14-C1118- all in the amount of $181,649.52, including NMGRT.
I second.
Any final discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Hooker.
Aye.
Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
Counselor Letterman.
Aye.
Counselor Salas.
Aye.
Counselor Corey.
Aye.
And Counselor Sanchez.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Leor.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to item number 4, discussion and possible action on an agreement between Bosque Advisors LLC and the Village of Ruidoso for municipal advisory services. Good morning.
Good morning, Mayor. May we have permission to hand out a presentation?
Absolutely.
Nathaniel here is he's our senior analyst, also my son, and he'll hand that out. So Bosque Advisors, we're a New Mexico-based municipal advisory firm. I'm glad to be back here in the village. In my previous life, I worked with George K. Baum and Company and with Hilltop Securities and served as your financial advisor. And so thank you for the opportunity to be back in front of you, to have the chance to compete for the Village of Ruidoso's business. We're happy to be here and eager to participate and partner with the village. Again, our firm, we are an independent fiduciary municipal advisor, so that means we only serve on your side of the transaction and work for your benefit. So, Mayor, I'm happy to answer any questions about that. That presentation just tells you a bit more about the firm and what we specialize in. I will say we're always in person. I should caveat that. There might be a time we won't be, but we are highly customer service, in person, in your community. We know it well. So
Well, we appreciate you being here, and we worked with you in the past. Want to just say thank you to George Wilford at Hilltop Securities. We worked with him for years before, and so I know you guys, you have some young guys there, and so we're looking forward to a lot of the things that the village has in our future that we're going to have to work through, and so, we need all the best advice that we can possibly get. Does anybody else have any comment?
Mark, as I mentioned to you outside, it's great to see you back. For the benefit of some of my younger colleagues, can you speak a little bit about how you represented the village in the past?
Sure, Mayor and Councilor Corey. So we had a very long-term partnership with the village previously and worked on several of the existing financing, the existing debt that's outstanding with the village, including your supplemental gross receipts tax, which is a special surcharge that only the Village of Ruidoso has in place. And
For our water projects?
For the water projects and great support for the water system. We also started, we were the group that helped the village take to voters the very first time the general obligation bond for $3 million, and committed to voters that at that time that the mill levy would stay at 1.5 mils, and it has. It stayed there consistently, and I think provided great support to replace a lot of the core infrastructure around the community. So those are a couple of the things that we've done for them, and again, there was a lot of activity with the village. We're grateful to be partners on it and grateful to be back.
Good.
I think when he said younger, he was just talking about you and
Yeah, since I'm the oldest
the
one here.
bookends, yeah.
Mayor, I move approval of the agreement between Bosque Advisors LLC and the Village of Ruidoso for municipal advisory services.
Second.
Second.
Any final discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Sanchez?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
And Counselor Brophy?
Aye.
All right, thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark.
Item number 5, discussion and possible action on a request to schedule a public hearing on September the 8th, 2026 for adoption of ordinance 2026-12, an ordinance amending the Village of Ruidoso Municipal Code of Ordinances, Chapter 54, Land Use, Article 2, Land Development Code, Division 3, Zoning, Section 54-66, to provide the same zoning treatment for HUD, certified single section and multi-section manufactured homes, to revise related definitions and allowable uses and for related purposes. Hello, Chris. Hope you got rested up on your vacation.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mayor and
Have you
Council.
back?
I'm pleased to be back. So this ordinance aims to, of course, revise the definition of manufactured housing to be more compliant, actually to be compliant with the state's requirement for manufactured homes to be allowed in all residential zones. Previously, and currently, the zoning restricts R1 through R3 to only include multi-section manufactured homes. But to be more concise, this changes the definition of manufactured homes to be any section, including single section, as long as they are HUD compliant, which that would be more in line with the new types of manufactured homes that are being built to basically site-built IRC standards that get us in compliance with the state's requirements. This would not change the definition of a mobile home, or actually, it would actually change the definition of mobile home to be that it is not HUD compliant, and mobile homes are typically single section, 40 feet by about 8 feet, which would still not be allowed in zone R1, for example.
Chris, did this go through the planning commission?
This did not go through the planning commission. This was reviewed by Virtue Law to revise the definitions, and also through meetings with the the housing division, with conversations with Mr. Ronsena and the mayor to ensure that we are in compliance with the state requirements.
Yeah, we just weren't. There were people that were buying these homes that they couldn't put them in Ruidoso, and they're built to all the standards. It's just that we haven't changed our code.
So this was to facilitate that.
Yes, it's to make it where, because we actually, when we were at the housing conference, it was brought to our attention that they had sold homes to people living in Ruidoso, but we wouldn't let them in because they weren't, our code wasn't up to date, or we haven't moved.
So is this for double wides as well?
Yeah, go ahead, he can explain better than I can, but yes.
Yes, thank you, Counselor. So for double wides as well, as long as they are built to the International Residential Code and HUD compliant, which has specific standards for heating and the electrical coding. Basically, everything that is required from a site-built home is also required from these HUD compliant manufactured homes.
Insulation.
And with the foundation as well?
Well, they can be on different kinds of foundations, but very similar to, they can put them on concrete, they can put them on block, they can do a lot of different things.
Right, so the foundation essentially does have to be permanent, so made to allow that it's not movable, but permanent does have some variations, and it does include blocking as well.
So would the banks consider these as a permanent, you could get a loan with this?
What we were told is that, yes, they have to have them refiled with the county,
Okay.
And then they can be sold as a regular home, financed and everything else.
Okay,
You know, to get them out of that trailer status. Yes, sir.
If I may, going back to primarily Alpine Village and in that area, I know part of that is village and part of it's county. There was a question asked sometime after the fire about it's against the HOA for that area to put in manufactured homes.
Right.
We don't govern HOA's rules and regulations or whatever. We're just, if it's zoned by whatever we have zone listed, then it's okay by the village.
Correct.
Am I saying that kind of in a question and statement?
Thank you, Counselor. Yes, sir. So the CCRs, the restrictions, the covenants, they actually, if they are part of a governing, functioning governing body for that HOA.
Functioning.
Exactly. They do supersede our zoning as long as it is compliance with the state as well. So it would be okay with us, for example, for a manufactured home to go in that zone. But if the governing body functioning HOA does not allow it, then it would still not be allowed.
but the county, if it's in the county, it wouldn't, we wouldn't have any say over it.
But doesn't that continuum or whatever the word is, it's because we have some control over it going back to inspection?
No.
No. Okay.
We just inspect them to the building codes. Well,
Yeah, we don't
we may
have-
be. We haven't got that agreement yet.
We don't have the extraterritorial
There, that's what I'm looking for. Okay,
It doesn't exist.
very well.
And that's basically it. This also revises the use table just to show that manufactured homes are permissible in all those residential zones.
Anybody?
Yeah, Chris, first of all, thank you so much for working on this. This is a very important part of who Ruidoso becomes next, and I know that a lot of work probably goes into reclassifying what a home looks like for some people. Do we have anything planned as far as making public notice to put a description and/or explain what this means for the everyday people of our community?
So besides the notices that go out, this requires 2 notices of legal notice. One previously for this particular reading here, and for the next one where it's the final vote for the council. So it is the 2 notices that go out. And we can definitely follow up and put this on all suitable channels so that the public can read and call in if there's any questions.
I think it would just help, the community in general, be like, hey, I can now get this type of home to put on my land, or this type is still not approved, or so on and so forth. And obviously, I think that the simpler we make that description, the better it would be, in my personal opinion, of course.
Thank you for that, Counselor. Completely agree, because last thing we want is any kind of confusion and then purchase by residents and then find out that it's not allowed.
100%.
Does neighborhoods have covenants still?
Some do.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
That's what we're saying. If it's a
Yeah,
functioning, they have a
right.
meeting, they pay dues.
HOA.
It has,
But no, I mean, I live in a subdivision that when we first moved there 46 years ago, that there was covenants. It wasn't an HOA, but the land,
covenants would still stand, yeah.
the area, the owner of the land that was selling to everyone had a strict, you have to do this, you can't do that.
This many square feet,
Yeah,
must be on a permanent foundation.
I was just wondering, are we looking at stuff like that anymore, or is that kind of on the wayside?
Well, thank you, Councilor Letterman. So yes, there has to be a governing body to enforce those covenants, because those are private agreements. It's a private agreement between the landowners, the property owners, and the HOA. And after many years, a lot of them dissolve, and there's nobody to enforce them.
Sure.
And they are private organizations, usually LLCs.
Got it. Yeah, okay, thank you.
And after that, it defaults to our own village
Yeah.
ordinances.
Okay, thank you.
Any questions? Need a motion, please?
I move that we accept the request to schedule a public hearing on September 8th, 2026 for adoption of ordinance 2026-12, an ordinance amending the Village of Ruidoso Municipal Code of Ordinances, Chapter 54, Land Use, Article 2, Land Development Code, Division 3, Zoning, Section 54 through 66, to provide the same zoning treatment for HUD certified single-section and multi-section manufactured homes, to revise related definitions and allowable uses and for related purposes.
I'll second.
Okay, any other discussion?
One question, Yvonne, we're in the time frame for scheduling that?
Yes,
What is that, 14 days?
14, it has to be posted, so it's posting today.
Okay.
So we barely made it, but it has to have 2 hearings, so we had to have it on 2 meetings, but we made it in time, barely. But
So will we have a special meeting on the 8th?
no, that's our
That's
regular
our
meeting day.
regular scheduled
Oh, okay.
meeting.
We'll have the public hearing that day.
Thank you.
Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Brophy?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
And Counselor Sanchez?
Next, thank you very much,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Next is
Chris.
item number 6. Discussion and possible action on adoption of Resolution 2026-163, a resolution authorizing and approving submission of a completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority for the Drinking Water State Revolving Loan Fund. Good morning.
Mayor and Council, this is an application for the Lead and Copper project. Essentially, through the Drinking Water State Revolving Loan Fund, we are applying for about $150,000 to be able to go in and pothole about 400 different places in town to look to see what the pipes are on both sides of the meter. So our side as well as the customer's side, to just verify all of the materials. We chose the 400 locations based off of predictive modeling that we did with Sauter Miller. And it shows 400 locations that'll essentially verify throughout the entire system based off of the types of pipes, the information that we've gathered so far with our inventory, when houses were built, any modifications homeowners have done, and that'll give us compliance with the EPA as well as the state for the Lead and Copper project.
Anybody? Go ahead.
So is there, or what is the setup for, i.e. you pick this property, 101 Main Street, whatever it is, you're gonna go check our side coming into their meter and the other side going out from that meter to their house. That's private?
Yes, sir, so
Private
it'll be right
properties,
there
so-
at the meter. So they'll pothole on, directly on both sides, real close to it. And the locations were chosen through a predictive model. So we put in all the information that we have there, and it ran an algorithm, and it gave us 400 locations.
I'm tracking with you there. My question is there something set up for if, because now we, as the government or an entity of us, is digging on the other side of that can in somebody's private yard?
No, most of the time it's in a right-of-way.
Right
Would it be
away,
the right of way?
yeah.
Okay.
It's on the,
And we're not doing
most
it.
of the meters are.
It's this company that's gonna do it.
Yes, sir, we're going
Contract.
to use the funds that we get from this application if we are awarded to hire a contractor to go in and do the potholing.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then we'll know to fix our side, and then we notify the homeowner of what's on their side.
Yes, sir. We'll send out letters detailing what the material is.
Okay?
And then it will be the resident that has to fix their side.
Right.
Yes, if they are found to have lead or galvanized pipes, we'll let them know, and that, per the lead and copper rules that have been instilled throughout the nation, they'll need to fix that on their end.
Anyone else? Motion, please.
I move for adoption of Resolution 2026-163, a resolution for authorization and approval, approving submission of a completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority for the Drinking Water State Revolving Loan Fund.
Second.
Okay, final discussion? None? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Brophy?
Aye.
Counselor Sanchez?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
And Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Item number 7, discussion and possible action on task order RFP number 2026-001P-BH-01 with Bohannon Houston, Inc. for professional engineering services on flood-damaged infrastructure to include restoration and improvements to various roads and drainage in the Upper Canyon, Ponderosa Heights, and Perk Canyon subdivisions in the amount of $600,934.64, including New Mexico GRT. Yes, sir, Levi?
Morning, Mayor, morning, council. So what this is, the construction observation and construction admin services through Bohannon Houston for FEMA package number 1. I can list off the roads that are included in that package if y'all would like.
You have them handy?
Yes, sir.
Please.
So the roads in FEMA package number 1 is Perk Canyon Drive, Peak Drive, Ebarb Drive, St. Vitus Place, Park Place, Echo Drive, West Redwood Drive, Delmar Drive, Sear Road, Bear Claw Avenue, Hill Road, Water Tank Service Road, South Stump Road, Malone Road, Pinky Road, Martin Road, McDaniel Road, East Riverside Drive, West Riverside Drive, South Mountain View, North Mountain View, North Loop Road, Chestnut Lane, Huckleberry Lane, Sherwood Loop, Emmons Drive, Heidi Lane, Fox Drive, Kenza Trail, and Forest Lane, as well as Perk Canyon Water Line. The water line in that road and the services for those homes there. That'll all be one package. Bohannon has taken the lead on this project as far as they're going to include that water line into that FEMA package 1, being that it's a lot larger project. I have been reviewing the 90% plans for these roads, and I've already reviewed the plans for the water line, and I'll meet with Dennis this afternoon to go over that as well, and then he's sent it off to FEMA, and then we'll get back with Bohannon on our comments on the 90% plans, and then we'll move forward from there. We'd like to get this done this fall, so I'm not going to give an exact timeline on when we're going to go out to bid. It's not going to be 2 weeks, but but it'll be this fall. That's our goal, to get those roads completed. And this will be one big contract that gets bid out. The water line included with these roads.
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Levi, this is just for the engineering.
This $600,000 is just for the construction observation and construction admin support. So them having an inspector up here like 3 days a week watching the contractor put in the road, and this is also the material testing that has to be done with the construction of the project.
Well, we've already done the engineering.
Yes, sir. We've already done engineering.
Done that before.
But this isn't the putting down the.
No, this is watching it, inspecting it. all of
So where do we,
that. FEMA's coming the money, and you're going to have to cough up 25%. So get
do
to
we
coughing.
have the FEMA money?
We, Mayor Crawford, Councilor Letterman, we're using the Senate Bill 31 funds
Okay.
for 75%, and then we'll have to come up with the 25%. I do have Mayor and Council, we do have a resident here that's here in the audience today with some questions on the 90% on the project, and just wanted to make note that she's sitting up in the.
What does the 90% mean?
Go ahead.
It's almost done. I mean, it's, I don't know.
Usually it's
we're not
pricing.
we're not gonna totally finish it, but we're gonna get it started.
We're giving our final comments. This is the last review I have before they send me final stamped plans. So everything that's on the plans, we're reviewing. We reviewed 60% plans a while back. They weren't quite as far as long, as we would have liked, but these 90% plans, they've done a lot to address the drainage concerns within those areas.
Councilor Letterman, so usually when the 90% plans come in, it's either got to go to Drinking Water Bureau for their approval or any other agency for approval as far in, and the village's approval also with the plans.
Okay.
So who wants to ask a question?
Yeah.
Did you have a question you wanted to ask?
If she wants to come on up to the
Yeah,
table
come up
there.
to the,
Yes.
that way so the millions around the world can see you on the internet. There's only like 7, so.
Yeah, I was just told I couldn't speak, so I wasn't prepared. Our family has had property in Perk Canyon for going on 5 generations now. We've watched all sorts of things, but we happen to be right where Ebarb and St. Vitus are. Huge, huge problem. And we're very concerned about what the actual plan is, because it's been a mess ever since my grandmother had to sell land so that the village could build St. Vitus. It was never done properly. So we're really hoping that you all will really pay attention to this, because it's never going to be the same. The fire that went in the watershed above us was the hottest fire that we had. The burn scar is immense. I think you guys have been there and seen what's happening to Perk Canyon, and that constantly, particularly our lot, that we are trying to maintain and want to reestablish as a green space. We never planned to build. We have a cabin across the road, a small cabin. We just want it to be green space and park space. But we can't do that if it continues to be a collection ground for all of this road construction, culverts, all that stuff that keeps coming down.
And why is that? Have you called any of your federal, Ben Ray Lujan, any of those people that are over the forestry?
I have.
And what do they tell you?
I'm talking to them. They're working to provide money. Everybody from the village to state to the senators are pointing fingers at each other. So
Well, it's
really
not our
frustrating.
land. That's the issue. It's not our property up there. So we catch everything just like you do, and then we have to keep fixing it just like you do. And so I wasn't here when they built the road for St. Vitus or any of that. I know that we've hired the best engineers that we could get to make sure that it's done right. And that's what we want to do. But we've got to have some help federally on their property, U.S. Forestry.
But the village is adding to the problems by continuing to put culverts and roads across the Perk Canyon drainage that are inadequate, and they keep coming down. And it's a huge problem. It's not going to go away. I know you were possibly surprised by the flooding that happened this summer.
No, we haven't been surprised by any of that after we saw the burn
I heard
scars.
some of you say that you were surprised.
Well, I mean, you're never fully, you were surprised when we had that 2-inch rain up there and it came down to 25-foot wall of water. Nobody knew that. That was a surprise.
I was
We
not
knew we were
surprised.
going to be flood.
I
You
was
knew
not
there was going to be 25 foot. We should have had you on it. So when she talks about inadequate culverts being designed or being, because I mean, all you're doing is patching
Council,
right
this is
now.
just temporary work. That's all we're allowed to do per the FEMA requirements until it is engineered. So we're trying to make the roads passable for the residents that live there. We respond as soon as we can. We're usually there within an hour to two, and we make the roads passable so for the residents to get in and out, but we're not allowed to do any permanent repairs. As far as this project that's at 90% right now, the goal is to address her concerns. So I can have another meeting or another discussion in a different setting with her on her, on that area.
Please do.
Exactly. And again, we're mayor and council and, emergency services, we want to be, when we go down there and do some temporary work, we want to make sure a fire truck or an ambulance can utilize that roadway, and it's been difficult.
I know, and I really appreciate all the work they've done, because they've had to do it over and over and over and over again. And they're there really quickly. It's just, I'm sure it's frustrating for them as well.
And for the record, can you state your name?
Shelley Wright,
Shelley Wright. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
W-R-I-G-H-T.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Shelley.
So,
I just need a motion.
and that's on number 7. I'll make a motion to approve task order RFP 2026-001P BH01 with Bohannon Houston Inc. for professional engineering services on flood damage infrastructure to include restoration and improvements to various roads and drainage in the Upper Canyon, Ponderosa Heights, and Perk Canyon subdivisions in the amount of $600,934.64, including New Mexico GRT.
Second.
Okay, any discussion on where this money came from? It's going from DFA. Okay, roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Sanchez?
Aye.
Counselor Salas.
Aye.
Counselor Letterman.
Aye.
And Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
All right. Thank you very much. Item number 8, discussion and possible action on task order RFP number 2026-012P-J&H-01 with J&H Services, Inc. for the replacement of 5 fire hydrant assemblies with valves in the amount of $83,845.31, including New Mexico GRT.
Mayor, council, so this is some hydrants in Upper Canyon that we're having some issues with. They're aged, hydrants, they're older hydrants. We'd like to get these replaced. So J&H is gonna come down and replace these hydrants, but these hydrants don't, as it's stated in there, the price is pretty high because these hydrants don't currently have valves to be able to shut the water off there at the hydrant. I've sent my crews out there to actually go get a bury depth on the valves, and for whatever reason, they don't have valves to be able to shut it off. So that's why the cost is a little bit higher. And J&H is also gonna send a couple of crews, being that these are in the Upper Canyon, to be able to do multiple hydrants at one time, where the outage is less, invasive to the community, and there's less impact. The money for this, we have a grant that we received, an emergency grant that can be used for, being that these were due to the floods and the fires in the areas where it got really hot up in Upper Canyon. That's how we can pay for this.
This was just an emergency grant. It wasn't any of the colonias.
No, Mayor and Council, was just emergency funds from Department of Finance.
Leftover, that we still had some.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions?
I move that we accept task order RFP number 2026-012P-J&H-01 with J&H Services, Inc. for the replacement of 5 fire hydrant assemblies with valves in the amount of $83,845.31, including New Mexico GRT.
I'll second.
Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Letterman.
Aye.
Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
Counselor Salas.
Aye.
Counselor Hooker.
Aye.
Counselor Corey.
Aye.
Counselor Sanchez.
Aye.
Item number 9, discussion and possible action on amendment number 1 to task order RFP 2024-004P-09 with Souder Miller and Associates for professional engineering services for Ruidoso Wingfield 2 water system improvements to include construction administration, construction observation, and closeout services in the amount of $135,135.92, including New Mexico GRT.
Mayor, council, so this is another project. We were awarded Water Trust Board money to be able to do the water lines up in this subdivision. I have reviewed the 100% plans, but this is adding construction observation, construction admin, and the closeout services for that project. So it's similar to what we did earlier with Bohannon Houston. But just, this is for a Water Trust Board project. The roads that are getting new water lines up there, it's Palo Alto, Santa Anita, Santa Maria, Palo Alto, Sandstone, and then Santa Rosa, Keys, Jerry Shaw. Those are some of the areas up there. It'll be broken up into like some bid packages, but so there's no real guarantee that every one of those roads is gonna get a new water line. But that's kind of that. We have a pre-bid meeting on Thursday to talk about the project.
Okay. Any other questions? Motion, please.
I'll make a motion, Mayor. I move to approve the amendment number 1 to task order RFP number 2024-004P-09 with Sutter Miller and Associates for professional engineering services for Ruidoso Wingfield 2 water system improvements to include construction administration, construction observation, and closeout services in the amount of $135,135.92, including New Mexico GRT.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Sanchez.
Aye.
Counselor Corey.
Aye.
Counselor Hooker.
Aye.
Counselor Salas.
Aye.
Counselor Letterman.
Aye.
And Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
All right. Number 10, discussion and possible action on task order RFP number 2026-002P SMA-07 with Souder Miller and Associates for professional engineering services for the regional wastewater treatment plan hazard mitigation bypass pipeline project to install 100 linear feet of 20-inch ductile iron bypass pipeline in the amount of $192,038.22, including New Mexico GRT.
Mayor, council, so what this is down at Isaac's wastewater treatment plant. We were awarded a FEMA project, 406 funding for that project. And this is the engineering to be able to, do this project. But what it is when we get high flows throughout the upper canyon along the Rio Ruidoso, all that flood water that goes to the wastewater plant when it rips the lines in two and shows up at the plant, it goes directly to his pumps and then goes right into his bar screens. So what this bypass line would be is installation of a T right before it goes into his bar screens, and it'll actually bypass where it doesn't do any damage, like where a lot of the damage we had to the bar screens, that we had the insurance claim. This would eliminate that. This would take that flood water, if there's any debris, the rock, that system was not designed to pick up rocks or anything like that. So it would take it and bypass it over to the equalization basins. That way that it can settle out, and then he'll bypass, pump it back to his headworks, and then treat the water from there with he has a 6-inch pump. So what this would be is the engineering to be able to accomplish that, and all the engineering for this project.
Yeah.
Any
And it's
questions?
FEMA funded. They've approved the, more than the amount that what we're looking at here, so.
Anybody else? Roll call, please.
I move that we
I mean, yeah, we
accept
gotta have a
task
motion
order
first.
RFP dash number 2026-002P SMAs -07 with Souder Miller and Associates for professional engineering services for the regional wastewater treatment plant hazard mitigation bypass pipeline project to install 100 linear feet of 20-inch ductile iron bypass pipeline in the amount of $192,038.22, including New Mexico GRT.
I'll second.
Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Brophy?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
And Counselor Sanchez?
Aye.
And thank you to all the staff that FEMA just doesn't show up and do these things, have you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good project to get approved. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully move forward. So
And we got the new bar screen, and we got to keep the old one. We're gonna have it refurbished, so we can still have that. How much was that bar screen?
It was close
900?
to about $900,000
Yeah, they
just for
still
that.
fit.
And the installation was about 45 around there, so it was close to about $1 million.
Yeah, the insurance people didn't want to pay it.
Yeah.
So Ron stayed after them, so thank you.
Mayor, as it relates to the wastewater treatment plant, I saw on the agenda, the JUB, there was discussion of the rates, IMG. We're paying, what happened on that?
I wasn't at that meeting, I was out of town, but basically the rates were reviewed and they have been updated the whole time with the increases like everyone else.
Okay,
So they've been getting their increases as is.
Thank you.
We just still have inspection issues and sometimes making sure that the grease traps and everything are cleaned and all of those. And then, we're doing the project on the manhole, raising all the manhole covers and putting new ones in because the acid's eating them away on 70. So all of those, but yeah, they have. And then I don't know if you saw, but Isaac's retiring.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're gonna miss him.
Also, there was further discussion from the Downs representatives about looking at the Inn of the Mountain Gods as getting them on board, maybe even more so to the board as a participant.
I'm not for that. They don't own it.
I think that's what it was said. Wasn't that what they were asking down there?
Well, I wasn't there. That wouldn't have gone very far.
I think Joey brought it up I think Joey did.
They're a customer. They had a chance to be an owner.
Be like me being on there as a.
Yeah.
Citizen. And we tried to get them to be partners years ago whenever we were putting this in, and we've paid our share. The Downs is paying their share. So, no. Joey?
I think
I think they were concerned of how much sewer was coming down the lines and
Yeah,
they should pay their portion of, let's say there's, 500,000 gallons a day coming down and they should pay their share of
Well, they are.
processing all that.
That's the whole point.
And it is as we raise the rates, and that's what came out of the presentation. We have been keeping up with
Yeah.
the
Mayor.
cost of.
And Mayor,
processing.
Council, Levi and Terry, they've had the meters replaced again. So hopefully that's going to also on the accuracy of the,
Yeah, the
Started the-
laser,
yeah.
we just got those replaced, last month?
yes, sir, and it started to level out. After our conversation that it was showing it was higher, it started to level out, but we've double checked them. We know for sure it's accurate and everything else. But I think Joey, Counselor Solis is correct as far as he was looking at how much sewage they're contributing, but he also he was looking at the funding opportunities that the tribe has as a tribal entity and wanted.
That's what it is.
We
Maybe I
po-
misspoke. as
We
far as
pointed
what he was
that out
saying.
years ago, and we tried, so, anyway. So did we already vote on that one?
Yes.
Okay. Discussion, number 11, discussion and possible action on adoption of resolution 2026-165, a resolution authorizing participation in the capital outlay grant appropriation project administered by the New Mexico Department of Transportation for fiscal year 2026 in the amount of $2,500,000, no cents.
Mayor, council, so what this is, we're awarded capital outlay money for Eagle Drive to be able to do or not Eagle, I mean Country Club. Country Club that'll actually tie into Eagle. So what that is we had issues when we did that in-house a while back. We were having issues with the hot plant and asphalt delaminated kind of come up. So it'll be a mill and pave of that road to be able, and we're working with Cutler on doing something with them on this project. So this is adoption of accepting the $2.5 million that we received for capital outlay.
Mayor, I move for approval of resolution 2026-165.
Second?
Any discussion? Yes? Go ahead, Yvonne.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Brophy?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
And Counselor Sanchez?
I ask a question.
Yes, sir.
Because it relates to this, I noticed there's no parking signs in that little dirt area there. Is that because of the potential water coming down? We said, hey, we're going to keep people out of there?
Yes, sir.
That's correct.
Yeah, we were asked that over the weekend through the shop because it was extra parking and it was nice, but I see why. Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Okay, item number 12, discussion and possible action on purchase of a Kubota KX040-5R1TP mini excavator and accessories from Amigo Machinery utilizing Sourcewell contracts number 112624-KBA and number 082923-KBA in the amount of $68,804.95. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Mayor and Council, good morning. So this is the mini excavator that we were approved for through the budget process. This is just the purchasing of it. And so we were able to save a lot of money. Originally through the budget process, we were looking at a Caterpillar excavator. When we went out to start doing some shopping, some pricing, we were able to save a significant amount of money to go to Kubota versus Caterpillar.
Oh, nice.
And this is in the budget, Matthew?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And Matthew, on this Kubota, does it have the rubber tracks or does it have the
It's rubber tracks.
it is rubber tracks?
Yes. And it does not have a cab on it. We went with the cabless option. One, it saves money, and two, a lot of times when you're working with an excavator, you're working with somebody down in the hole, and so it's easier to communicate back and forth. And our operators aren't on them all day, every day. It's different if you're on it all day, every day. But for what we do, it's the cabless option is we saw as a better fit.
Motion?
Mayor, I move approval of the purchase of Kubota KX040-5R1TP mini excavator and accessories from Amigo Machinery utilizing Sourcewell contracts number 112624-KBA and number 082-923-KBA in the amount of $68,804.95.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Sanchez?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
And Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
Item number 13, discussion and possible action on purchase of a 2026 F-150XL 4x4 from Power Ford utilizing New Mexico statewide price agreement 40-5-24-3-68 in the amount of $45,781, no cents.
Yes, sir, Mayor and Council. So this is another item that was approved through the budget process. This truck will be replacing what we commonly refer to as the green machine. So it'd be for a custodial truck that you see the little green SUV running around town. That green SUV doesn't have four-wheel drive. So in the wintertime, it gets a little dicey from time to time. So this will be replacing that. We also wanted to go with the truck because that allows them to put someplace for them to put trash or haul chemicals, things like that, not inside the cab with them.
Ron, I've asked this as it relates to GM and Chevrolets, but is Ruidoso Ford not participating?
No, Mayor Crawford, Counselor Corey, we've asked them in the past, and they're not in any type of price agreement.
Okay.
Yes, but we have went out and tried to
Buy local.
yes,
That's right.
Yeah.
several times.
I move that we accept the purchase of 2026 F-150XL 4x4 from Power Ford utilizing New Mexico statewide price agreement 40-5-24-3-68 in the amount of $45,781.
Second.
Okay, discussion? Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
Counselor Brophy?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
And Counselor Sanchez?
Item number 14, discussion and possible action on purchase of a 2026 Ford Ranger 4x4 from Power Ford utilizing New Mexico statewide price agreement 40-5-24-3-68 in the amount of $37,667.50.
Yes, sir, Mayor and Council. So this item, if you recall back to budget season, we originally had asked for 2 pickups. We were awarded 1 just for budget constraints. However, through our buying and our shopping around, we were able to save enough money into that account through the saving money from the excavator and that original F-150 to be able to get another truck. And this truck will actually be going to the community center. The Ranger will be going to the community center. The F-150 we got for them last year will be going to recreation, and then F-250 recreation currently has an F-250 that will be going into our parks fleet. And so it's kind of shuffles trucks around, but it puts another F-250 into the parks fleet. The community center can do just fine with a Ranger. They just need something to kind of move around town and hauls some light stuff. The Parks Department hauls all their heavy stuff anyways. And then recreation can manage with just the F-150 also, so.
Make a motion.
Yes, sir.
Approve the purchase of a 2026 Ford Ranger 4x4 from Power Ford utilizing New Mexico statewide price agreement 40-5-24-3-68 in the amount of $37,667.50.
Second.
Okay, when do you think you'll get those trucks?
The F-150 is on the lot now, so as soon as we get the PO processed, we can go up and pick it up. And the Ranger is in transit, so they should be getting it on the lot fairly soon.
And then we'll do the standard lettering,
Yes, sir. Yep, and have our sticker and lettering and all that.
numbering of the truck.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll call, please, ma'am.
Counselor Hooker?
Aye.
Counselor Sanchez?
Aye.
Counselor Corey?
Aye.
Counselor Salas?
Aye.
Counselor Letterman?
Aye.
And Counselor Brophy.
Aye.
Thank y'all.
All right, thank you very much. I don't think we have any items for closed session. So that completes the agenda for today. This meeting is adjourned. So how was the vacation?
It was great, man. It was good to get away.